This is Christmas Eve again, and this is my kitty cat that keeps getting in the picture. Her name's Little Bit. She's just a big bundle of love and affection. Though this is the first time she's wanted to come in on camera. Any rate, Christmas Eve. Another shot of my door, and that's my other cat. That's pretty girl. I had to think of her name. Any rate, and I have one more around here. Oh, here she is. If you can see her in the doorway there. Kit Kat. Kit Kat. That's Kit Kat. That's one of my newer kitties. Um, but that's all three of my kitties. They're all coming in to say hi. Today, what I thought I'd do is talk about more custom dolls. And this time of year, I do get in the habit of getting nostalgic and holiday and Christmassy, and a lot of my dolls end up being done using scraps from wrapping paper and broken Christmas ornaments. This one in particular was actually a door plaque that had this shirt and a pair of pants, and it was like Santa doing laundry. And it had I'd had it for a couple of years, and it finally fell apart. And decided I'd see if the shirt and the pants were usable on any of the dolls that I had, and the shirt actually fit this guy. So peeled all the glue stuff off. This is the belt that it had on it, but I had to unglue it so that I could make it usable. Then found a little pin that had a heart. And then I don't know where I got all this stuff, but I wanted to give him kind of a patriotic feel. So I had a scrap of fabric that had flags on it and cut it up and made a scarf. And then the hat actually was a hat for a doll. And the boots, I think, were actually from another doll series. I think from the Totem line of dolls. There's these souvenir dolls that you can get. Anyway, this Ken is fully articulated, except for in the hands. His arms bend. We can wave, say hi. So here's another doll, another thrift store find, Malibu Ken that was kind of beat up. And this time, I used one of my old socks and made a shirt. And the collar is actually from another shirt. And I kind of like the hand-stitched, beat-up look on this one. And then the shorts are, I think they're from a doll that was like a patriotic doll or something. And the shorts actually fit him. And then the shoes, the whole thing was about the shoes. They're actually keychains. And they worked really well. They were hollow. Oops. Sorry about that. And then his hat is a Christmas ornament that I hollowed out and put like a little Barbie barrette so that it would stay on his head, but it doesn't stay on his head very well. Any rate, they are hollow. Now, the only thing, since he was a thrift store find, I only paid a couple of, like maybe around $1 or so for him. I don't mind altering him. I did have to carve his foot down a little bit so that it'd fit in the shoe. But beyond that, it actually looks pretty good. It's kind of neat to see things that you find as keychains that you can make do. And these have little glass beads decorating them. I don't know if you can see that or not. See if I can. Yeah, it's. You might be able to see the rhinestones that are all over it, but the red is, it's not enamel, it's glass beads. So I did like that. And then his the shirt didn't fit properly, so I used like a little drawstring thing that I found. Always try to use your throwaways. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but these dolls are actually from last year, actually from 2014. So not last year, the year before. Or is that right? Yeah, 2 Christmases ago. Any rate, so since I just was talking about the Ken doll using my socks, this was a Christmas gift from the 2014 Christmas, and my family knows that I like really colorful socks, so they bought me a bunch of these seasonal ones. Unfortunately, the sock was the right size, but the print, the way that it was manufactured, it kind of took away the elasticity, so it made it real stiff, and I couldn't wear it. So I decided I'd cut it up and make a Barbie something. So, whoops. Ooh, Barbie's going to take off. Hold on. This gives you a better idea of what the dress looks like. It's basically real simple. Just utilize the tube of the sock and made a neck and armholes, and then just sewed it up the side. The jacket was a little more interesting on how to put it together. As you can see from this little piece here, the rest of the sock as it went up was the little starlet. I guess since it's supposed to be Rudolph on a starry night, that's what the rest of the sock was. It's the top of it. And so cut the sleeves and the back for it. And then the leftover, I created her hat. So when it's all put back together, it's nice and colorful. Now, I didn't have to use zippers or buttons or anything because it was all stretchy. And there's my little kitty again. Hello, Kit Kat. Hello. Yeah, I hear you. All right, here's another one. Now, the sweater is actually made from a little kid's sock from a dollar store. I think I bought a pair, and then the sleeves are one sock, and then the base of, or the shirt itself, or the sweater itself is another. So I just cut armholes, sewed the sleeves in. Now the pants are what's interesting. That's actually ribbon, holiday ribbon, and if you can see, it's see-through. I didn't realize how see-through it was until I started making the pants. And ribbon's actually real easy to use. Just cut a swatch the length that you want, fold it in half, leave enough room for the crotch at the top, and just basically you're making barrel legs where you just sew or glue if you don't want to sew. I sewed these so I could turn them inside out. Anyway, sew that, and then you sew the crotch, and voila, you got a pair of pants. And then the boots are, I think they're old G.I. Joe boots, I think. And then the hat is a piece of felt. And then I had some type of ribbon that came off of actually a pair of pants that I had. And I thought it was a good logo looking thing. So at any rate, that's that doll. Oh, and he actually has a candy cane that he can hold that goes with the sweater. I forgot to put it in his hand. And then last but not least for tonight, or for today, another sock. And then this is ribbon, holiday gift wrapping ribbon, or whatever you want to call it. And what's that doing that? Hold on. Kind of spazzed out there for a second. At any rate, this one I wanted it kind of like the cat in the hat. So I gave him oversized sleeves that dangle over his hands and these baggy polka dot pants made out of ribbon, doing the same type of pattern that I just talked about in the previous video. Now, what's interesting about this, since I go around to thrift stores all the time and junk shops and rummage sales, I was at a flea market for this, and I found a vendor that had old holiday displays and ornaments, and I went through his little boxes, and I found these Santa boots. I can't get the pant leg up high enough. At any rate, these are wax. Perfect size for Ken. And they've held up really well. They're, like I said, they're a couple of years old now. And all I had to do, since I didn't want to break them, so I wasn't going to force the doll's foot into it and run the risk of fracturing or shattering the thing, and then having to deal with how to get it back together again, since it was wax, or losing it altogether. I remembered if you boil some water, you can heat the wax up and it becomes malleable. And so that's what I did, and it was malleable enough that I could put his foot in it, and then I just let it cool, and it cooled back in place. Now I don't, once my dolls are dressed, they're dressed for a while. And so the only way that this is going to come off again would be I have to boil some water, heat it up so it's malleable again, and then slide it off. But I like my dolls the way they are once they're dressed. So at any rate, that's this story on this group. And I hope you have a happy holiday. And if you liked, please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you have any comments, feel free to ask questions. Would love to hear what you guys do with your old wrapping paper and ribbon and old socks. So look forward to hearing from someone. Have a good day.